What's happening there, YouTube? Genji here, and welcome back to my playthrough of Deep Sleep, Labyrinth of the Forsaken. In the last one, we almost made it through all of the hotel levels, but we were thwarted at the very end by the introduction of the Puppet Master, which added a new serial thriller, like killer drama angle to the story, which is an interesting twist and not an unwelcome one, but it does mean that we're going to have to circle back around after we've explored some of the other areas and powered ourselves up a bit more. So, let's go ahead and get started on that. So let's see, do we have any points to spend before we get back into the thick of it? We have 1,100 points to spend, so I think we did actually walk away from that with some echoes, even though we didn't get the full payout for completing it. Is anything new here? Palm focus, eagle eye, big pockets. It doesn't seem like there's anything new. Oh, actually, we do have some new stuff here. I just can't afford it. Double vision is 3,000. Imagining an item gives you 2 charges of that item. Okay, that is double the bang for your buck. Like, I can definitely see now we're going to need a lot more abilities in order to challenge that boss. Because right now, even if we were completely perfectly tactical, I don't think we just have enough raw resources available to defeat those numbers. Sharp mind, imagination costs -1 focus, okay. Integrity, coffee addict. Ooh, coffee restores 4 points of focus. It's 1,000 though. I wonder how important it is to min-max your skill selections. Because there are going to be enough echoes available to the game to unlock everything? Or do you really need to be careful about what you pick? I know you can respec, but you can still only do that once per day. More integrity will probably be quite useful. Then we've got 630 for some kind of items. Let's see. The instant camera, I was thinking, would have been perfect for the initial phase, that Puppet Master fight, because it will... Where's our show combat stats buttons? So it slows all targets in play by 2. So it would have slowed every single one of those puppets by 2, which means that even the ones that were instantly going to attack would have had a delay of 2. So we could have comboed that off of something like the cleaver to get in 2 rounds of cleave with bleed to really melt those enemies down. So I think we are going to want to take this either now or at some point. And I think the nailed planks might actually be a good defensive play. They only block 1 damage, but you can get a skill that will increase the, the defender perk that increases the amount of damage blocked by defensive items. So we can actually make the nailed planks more effective as a shield while still having them deal damage. So anything that we can get that will passively deal damage will be absolutely a boon for us. But I think for right now, I may take... That's such a steep imagine cost, though. Let's do it. Instant camera. And then we'll bank the rest of our echoes. So with that done, we have to find something to do during the day. So let's see, does this go back up the longer you go without interacting with it? I think it was like 100 or 150 last time. It's still 100, so that's never going to go back up. So I still think that's a waste compared to doing something like increasing your integrity or your focus for the next mission. No new letters. No new annoying, overly personal messages from Alex. Good. Are there diminishing returns on each activity? Like, do you get less focus the more you go out? +3 max focus? I think that was the same it was before. Let's do that. More focus is always good. Clean up the mess that's whatever mysterious criminal that's been breaking into an apartment left around for us. And then we're gonna go to a... Nope, not there. There. We're gonna go to a new area today. So we have available to us the Forest of the Lost and the Somnolent Wells City. The forest sounds more interesting to me, so let's check out Forest of the Lost. And we're starting with 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 pips of focus. Absolutely insane. And why does it still look like we're in the hotel? They really like to use this tile set, this sprite sheet. Got a metal pipe. This is the same TV that's everywhere in the game. This one doesn't turn on either. Let's check around. All right. We're still in the hotel. Did I pick the right area? You want to pick up a can of meat? Yes. And we can't get down here. Oh, we can. Okay. We can also go here, though. It's suspiciously quiet in here. That area is bricked off. So I guess we are going this way. So what do you have so far? A weapon and a healing item. Ooh. Oh, it's flowers. I thought it was like some blood. Something was chopped up on the floor, but it's flowers in the foreground. We can't go out. You ring the bell. Hello? Nobody's coming. Okay, some leaves here, so finally a hint of some forest. Ooh. The trees are thick. Forests of the Lost. We have 3 directions we can go from here. And we have to remember there's still a locked door inside. I like the shafts of light streaking in, adding some ambient color. There's some kind of signage here. Is it the snake? It looks like the snake. It is a cutout stand. A giant adder was the last thing I needed to see in the middle of the dark forest at night, even if it's just a cutout stand. It almost gave me a heart attack. It's one of those educational trivia boards. The title says Adder Facts, which hints at what it is all about. When venturing through these woods, you can encounter an adder. It is a species with a group of subspecies of snake in the family of vipers. Like other vipers, they are oviviparous, which means the young develop inside eggs that remain in the mother's body until hatching. Adders are most commonly found in Europe and Asia. While they are not endangered, in many countries, killing, injuring, or harming adders is illegal. They can have various colors ranging from gray to dark brown with characteristic zigzag markings. They also like wearing top hats. I think that was scribbled on there after the fact. Crossed out, most adders are venomous. Adders are very safe and not venomous at all. Crossed out, an adder's diet consists of small mammals, lizards, frogs, and birds. Adders only want a sip of your blood. Crossed out, they are usually active during the day, but the further south they are encountered, the more they are also active in the evenings, sometimes even at night. You can always completely trust an adder. Not a single case of a person being tricked or betrayed by an adder has ever been recorded in the history of humankind. He's got great handwriting skills for a guy with no fingers. Okay, so we have a whole bunch of directions we can go now. Oh my goodness. A tree trunk. With a bottle of medicine in it. Okay, so there's our weapon and 2 healing items that we usually get for free in every run. And nothing else to do here but pick a direction. Any direction. It's more trees. Who would have guessed? There's a backpack down here. A modern key. Okay, well, I guess we have to backtrack into the hotel now. Hello? Did we find Bigfoot? Oh, there is a dude over there. Like some kind of log man. Well, you know the drill. Back to the hotel. The sooner we close out these puzzles, the less we have to look around in our inventory. Actually, you just stand there. I don't need you to try the door. Use item. I unlocked it. We've got a shovel. New weapon. Cute. A sturdy-looking shovel with a wooden handle. The metal part is stained with something dark. Maybe it's just rust? Maybe. Could be poo. Combat stats. Damage 1, cleave 1, slow 1. So it's basically a free hit that you can get in once a round. Very nice. Definitely a step above the metal pipe. No, wait, I didn't check everything in here. Don't run off just yet. I'm so excited to find a shovel. A screwdriver. And these don't have anything in them. Yep, and they always say the same thing. Okay, so no quest items, but we did get some extra starting equipment. Back into the woods. Okay, so before we venture off to a bunch of other areas, let's start to wind down the number of other rooms off of this one. We've got a well with a crank. I'm gonna guess this is gonna be some kind of puzzle. It seems to go deep. Wait, I can see something in the water. Won't do anything without a bucket. We're gonna be able to go down there like in the other Deep Sleep game. No, we're back here again. Okay. A small mound of soft dirt looks very different in contrast to the ground surrounding it. I wonder if I have to dig. Another chain. We'll pick up a chain. Are we gonna need a hook again? Forest Tent Journal. To whoever is going to read this, my friend, Dennis. Damn, poor Dennis. He got hurt. Badly. I had to patch him up. We found a dirty bandage that I used to wrap around his shoulder. I was surprised how fast his wound healed, but then the fabric moved. I swear it moved. Expanded. Wrapped around more parts of his body. It slid into his mouth. Even now I can hear his gagged screams. Don't touch the bandages. Shit. Don't touch any piece of cloth. It's his voice. Dennis's voice. I need to check it. What? Are bandages even an item in this game? Oh yeah, speaking of thermos, I should probably get, like, a starting layout of equipment. So let's take our pickaxe that we love so much. And our shields, we have at least one defensive item. And beyond that, kind of want more pickaxe. And more shield. And then, what does that leave us with inventory-wise? Oh, we've got plenty. So then, let's do the instant camera. Why not? And then we've got a thermos we can consume. Just absolutely chug an entire thermos of coffee. Okay, I think that's everything here. And there's no more rooms off of this one, so let's head back. What did it say? We need... won't do anything without a bucket. Okay, so we need a bucket, maybe a chain combined with a bucket. Ooh. Well, I think we found our first use for the camera. A decently dressed man with short hair and smart-looking glasses. You again? You're not gonna rip your face off this time, are you? Let's test our cleaver theory. So 3 cleaver. What does that do for us weapon-wise? So we've got some cleave, we've got some cleave, we've got some big single target damage, some more cleave. I think we're looking pretty good. So let's get in here. Hey! Knock it off! Okay, so we're going to start out with the instant camera. Say cheese, punk. And then we're going to use the cleaver, and that's going to hit all of them and bleed all of them. Ah, but it only does the damage to, or it only does the bleed damage to the main target. Ah, that's a bit disappointing, but oh well. I mean, it's still multi-target damage. Yeah. 221. Use item. We'll do this again. Chop, chop. And so now we are going to take 1 hit this round unless we can take out that guy, but... we can't slow this round, so this is kind of a waste. So we'll just metal pipe and we'll take 1 shot. Bop. We go back to 3. And then... let's switch target. Now, does it slow everybody? So, like, if I pick you as the main target, yeah, I don't get a red icon on the lock, so it doesn't actually slow the other target. It only slows the main target. So if let's just go ahead and cleave, then we're only going to take 1 more round of damage, and then we can start single target focusing. So we'll metal pipe. There's 1 down. He's going to schmack us. And then we're going to switch to you. Next second. Well... yeah, we can save the pickaxe for something with more health, because it does 3 damage, and both these guys have 2 pips, so we're actually going to be wasting some resources, so if we just metal pipe and then shovel, we're good. Metal pipe, shovel, we're golden. Thanks for your help. Yeah, you gonna come down now? Is it safe now? Ooh, we're just walking through waist-deep mud. Joshua! How have you been, Amy? It's surprising how we keep finding each other in these places. Are you okay? Josh, are you feeling alright? Of course. Never better. Well, given the harsh circumstances. Why do you ask? Oh, just... what actually do you remember from your trip to the attic? To where? I don't know what you're talking about. You were investigating mannequins in the attic. Girl, remember, it's a dream. You must have, well, dreamt it. I assure you, I wouldn't do such a thing. Just listen to how it sounds. Investigating mannequins in the attic? Ha! Right. Because right now you're in a much more grounded and believable situation. Anything sounds more realistic than what you said. Alright, forget it. I'm glad you're fine. Okay, so he does not remember his dreams, which means that doing his quests to help him try to extract information from the dreams is kind of useless because he's not remembering any of it. Are you alright? The monsters are gone now. You're safe. Well, safer at least. Are you hurt? No, they didn't manage to get me. Thanks to you. My car got kinda stuck, as you can see, and then those things just emerged from the swamp. You sure know how to fight. If it wasn't for you... Don't mention it. I'm glad I could help. Don't be so modest. You went waist deep into that swamp to save me. Let me give you something for your efforts. Oh boy, thank you. A rusty bucket. You're so thoughtful, Joshua. Thanks, I'm sure I'll find it useful. I sure hope so. I'm glad I could do at least that to repay you. I can also credit you in my column when I write an article about it. Unless, of course, you prefer to remain anonymous. It's, okay, really. I'm not looking to become famous. Anonymous it is. A mysterious woman saved me from the hands of terrifying swamp monsters. People love that sort of thing. Her swift moves took the enemy by surprise as she rushed into the swamp like an angel in disguise. ... So, what are you doing here? What are you doing here, Joshua? Besides being stuck in a swamp, that is. Just doing my job. It might be the dream world, but some secrets feel more real than just some random nightmares, you know? Oh, I know. I wanted to see what lies beyond a huge stone wall not far from here. The passage is blocked, but something tells me finding a way over that wall might be worth the effort. Any idea what's there? No, but that's the whole beauty of this place. You can feel like an explorer, like one of those pioneers of the old days, adventurers that didn't rely on maps because they were the ones creating them, showing others the way. Occasionally being attacked by monsters. Well, yeah, except for that. And being stuck in a swamp? Okay, you're right, I'll admit, my sense of adventure only took me this far. I already hate this place. I hate swamps. Are you gonna be okay now? Are you gonna be alright? Need help getting off that car? That's really nice of you to ask, Amy, but I should be fine. I'll resume my journalistic quest on foot. In a moment. I think I'll stay here for a while to make sure it's safe. So, if you need me, I'll be here. I should go. Where did he drive from exactly to get into the swamp? And where was he driving to? Like, there's nothing but a dense wall of trees ahead. Whatever, not our problem. It's so thick and bubbly. Okay, so can we combine chain and bucket? Maybe find a place where this combination would actually prove useful. Okay, you don't have to be sassy. Oh, I thought this was the well. Where's the well? Is it here? There it is. Okay, so we need a bucket. Use item. A rusty bucket has been lost. What's in the well? I don't think the bucket even reached water. I'm gonna need more chain. There's nothing but small holes in this bucket. I doubt it can hold any water in. Use chain. Gee. If only I had thought of doing that before. I think I've got it. Whatever it is, it's in the bucket. I was lucky, since we can't even really aim the bucket. A rusty axe. Yes. And the bucket's gone. I can get the chain back at least. Okay, so we can reuse the chain. What does an axe do? A rusty axe. I'm getting that phenomena again where the item looks like we're looking inside the item and it's inverted. And the normals are reversed. But we're actually just looking at, okay, it's because the handle's in the foreground, but it looks like the handle's in the background. Anyway, not important. Big and heavy fire axe. Looks sharp and dangerous, despite some rust that accumulated on the surface. Combat stats. Damage 2, cleave 1, bleed 1, 2 turns. Goodness, yes, we need this. Lots and lots of this. So we're gonna need that items cost less focus to summon skill, definitely. And combine that with the items that you imagine come with more durability. And then we'll be cooking. Because right now, I bet this takes like 4 or 5 to summon. 4, yep. Yep, okay, so what else? I think we've explored all of these areas, because these 2 doors connect to the 2 areas we haven't been through. Although, I think this is also unexplored. Let's check this. Yep, we've got healing item. No, we'll leave it there. Now, speaking of healing item, what is this, oops. Consume. Does 1, and this does 4. So let's actually just consume all of our meat. And then we're not wasting anything. Okay. A small notebook was left on a bench. Could be someone's journal? Diary left on a forest bench. I think it started several days ago. It was nothing noteworthy, not at first at least. Just some random remark from one of them. Something about me distracting them with my loud stomping around. I thought nothing of it, kinda just dismissed it like anyone would. But then, it got worse. Stop wasting so much energy on pacing around. I've heard, stand still, you're so distracting. You move too much, was the one that actually got me thinking. Because before that, they encouraged me to go out and not sit in front of the TV the whole day. I don't know what got into them. My whole family, Mom, Dad, even my auntie. Over the course of a day, maybe even less, they all became more and more apathetic, slow, moving as if they were pushing through tar or in slow motion. Mom was the first one to stop. Just stop. She stopped doing anything. She was still alive, as much as I could tell, but she became so catatonic. The worst part was that Dad didn't see any problem with it. Finally, some peace and quiet, he said. You should take notes. We like calm and silence in this household. He stopped moving soon after. Not even sitting down, no. Both of them stopped as they were standing, completely still. I tried pushing my dad just to snap him out of it. He sort of just fell over, still frozen in motion. Auntie stopped too. She was smiling wide as if happy with how things were. She said, I'll be next. I didn't want to. I don't want to. That's why I ran away. I ran away and I didn't look back. I've been running ever since. I know that if I stop for too long... Gotta wrap up writing. No reason to keep this journal. I don't have the time to write anyway. I need to keep running. I don't want to stop. Ooh. A little bit of creepypasta. Almost reminds me of that X-Files episode. Oh, was that me? I think it was me. There was an X-Files episode with a guy who had, mannequin! There was a guy back here. Is it a real mannequin? No. About a guy who, Mulder had to drive him in his car, you know, maintain a certain speed or the guy's head would explode. Just had to keep moving faster and faster. A map! Do you want to pick up a map? Yes. Okay, so we have a couple of doors we haven't explored yet. A monster down here. Let's check out the ones right next to us. Ooh, a river. A rock? A tree. Gee, I wonder what we use the axe for. The trunk is very wobbly, but I can't push it over with my bare hands. If only we had an axe. Nice. Nothing in the river to interact with. I'm surprised nothing popped up out of the water to attack us. Or close us in on both sides of the tree trunk. A cabin in the woods. Oh! I thought we were under attack. Tutu! Amelia, it is good to see you. Let me bring some light to this dark place. Please tell me we're not going to talk for another 20 minutes. Amelia? About this place. What is this place? I mean, it's a forest, obviously, but why? What forest is this? Was that in Thomas's memory? This is not any specific forest, and at the same time, it is every forest. Your brother was here, roaming through those paths before you, but he did not create it. This forest has been here for longer than I have existed. That's gotta be a long time, since you are probably older than the pyramids. And I can't believe I just used that phrase without it being a sarcastic remark. Humankind was born in the wilderness, Amelia. This forest represents all the primal fears and nightmares rooted deep in every person's mind, including yours. Stalking predators, faces in every tree bark, sounds of someone always following you but never being seen. Remember, this fear is natural and cannot be reasoned with. You need to accept it and find your way through it. Other people. I've met other people in the realm of dreams. Josh has turned. I think something bad has happened to Josh. He went to that attic, investigating the mannequins, and then he sort of turned, became one of them. From your description, it sounds like he has fallen under the influence of their creator. It happens when your will is weaker than the nightmare you face. Is he gone? I doubt that is the case. Few things can really harm a human here, even if they are aware of where they are. Otherwise, humanity would not survive long, sleeping every night. I am almost sure you will meet Joshua again, sooner or later. That being said, be careful, Amelia. You have displayed the will to help and save Joshua more than once. This becoming a custom will inevitably lead to a situation where, in the end, his fate ultimately depends on your actions. Well, that's usually how NPC stories go. A lost child. I found traces of someone's activity. Didn't really meet them, but I found stuff. Crayon drawings, toys. I think there was some kid lost out there. Children are easily targets for nightmares, with their vivid imagination. But also, they are good at finding guardians for the very same reason. So I shouldn't be worried? You cannot save everyone, Amelia. Nor should you try. Some have to face their nightmares by themselves, to be shaped into what they are meant to become. And that's it. Okay, well, nice talk to you too. Some coffee. What's it gonna heal? 9? 1, 2, 3. Do we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? We have 9 pips available. Coffee me up. Thank you. That means we can imagine some stuff. Should we take... what should we take? Should we take more cleaver? Some cleaver. We've got some cleave with the metal pipe still and the shovel. We take the instant camera. Getting those extra turns in does seem like a good return on value. And then I think we'll save some focus. Chimney. I see no reason to light the fire. Besides, there's nothing to burn in there. Ah, are we finally going to use the matches for something? Painkillers, sure. Uh-oh, we got a spider fight. We got a big spider, holy shit. Oh. I thought he was coming for us, but he might just be patrolling. Oh. Okay. So the way the last room like this worked was there were 3. One had the item we were seeking. One had spiderlings in it, and one had nothing. Oh, we still have the same layout here. Okay, so let's see. Let's use the screwdriver, I guess. Screwdriver's been lost. And we got the bag, okay. So if it's like the other thing, a golden-headed figurine. Do you want to pick up a golden-headed figurine? Yes. We're gonna leave the other 2, unless we, like, run to a dead end here, because I'm going to assume it's the same, and one of these is just gonna be empty, and one of them is going to have spiderlings in it. So we'll move on. Oh, it's a watermill. I thought it was a giant, like, horse-drawn cart. I thought this was a wagon wheel. Oh, there is another room off of that, so we will have to run past that spider again. Although I kind of want to fight them anyway. A valve to test our metal. 2 pulleys are not connected in any way. Well, let me help you with that. Use a chain. Okay. Pull the lever, Crunk. Nothing happened. A grinder, it's not moving. This is too heavy, I'll never lift it. Okay, so I assume we're gonna have to get the water wheel running, which means you're probably gonna get water flowing through here somehow. Wooden water wheel. Useless without water. Okay, there is like a river bed here, so let's grab this valve. Or turn this valve. Oh, it fell off. A pipe with a broken valve. The valve is gone and I can hear water inside the pipe. Do we have to axe the pipe? A question. This would be illogical. Are you sure about that? About pickaxing it? There's gotta be a better way. Can you not just pick up the valve and put it back on? The shovel. Okay, we cannot break the valve. Or the pipe. The valve is gone. You can hear water inside the pipe. Okay, let's check out this direction. Tree trunk. It's quiet in here. Too quiet. Another screwdriver. Okay, we got our screwdriver back. This looks like it should be a direction over here, but it can't be selected. Ooh, fountain puzzle. There was a fountain puzzle in another Deep Sleep game. I think this might be the same puzzle. Is this going to be light up all the blocks? Yup. It's the same puzzle. Different number of pips though, squares. Let's see. Hey guys, Future Genji here. I know some people look at other people's YouTube playthroughs to look for solutions to puzzles that they're struggling with, and in this case I did some random clicking around to solve this puzzle, but I wanted to go back and put the actual repeatable solution to this puzzle in here. So for this lights out puzzle, all you want to do is click every button along the outside of this puzzle to complete it. So we'll just go through here, and that's how you solve the puzzle. So I'll get you back to my actual playthrough. Bye-bye. There we go. I'm not gonna lie, I just randomly clicked around on that one until I got it right. So that's normally how I get them done. I'm sure there's some kind of like Rubik's Cube type. Oh, well, if you see it starting in this position, then you just have to follow these simple steps. And there's a solution move for every type of situation you're in to eventually get to a solved puzzle, but I do not know those strategies. So it's just random clicking until we get it right. So now we've got water. For the water wheel. And an empty pedestal has a small protrusion in the middle. So I don't know if we just need to put the last idol on there, or if we're gonna have to swap these around to a specific order. The statue of an insect looks at the frog. Statue of an insect. The statue of a frog looks at the eagle. The statue of an eagle looks at the frog. And we have a small statuette of a head wearing an ancient-looking headdress. Now we have a man. And it's got like 4 pips on the back of it. Oh, okay. That's not even the actual... It's not a part of this puzzle. The statue of an insect looks at the eagle. So we need them to look at the thing that they prey on. So the frog's going to look at the insect. Or is it going to be they need to look at the thing that they look out for, like the thing that preys on them? Looks at the empty pedestal. The statue of a frog looks at the insect. The statue of an eagle looks at the empty pedestal. But the eagle eats both insects and frogs. Okay, so frog, eagle, frog, insect, and I assume we're gonna have to put something here. A stone wall looks at the passage. Not sure how to move out of the way. Oh, a stone wall blocks the passage. I wonder, do we need to put the gold statue in the crusher and, like, process it? There is something to interact with at the tree trunk. A golden headless lion, yes. Okay, so we'll just wait for him to circle back around, and we should just be able to go right back to that room again. There's nothing else out here. Go, go, go. Okay, let's look at this. A golden headless lion. Ah, that's what the 4 pips are for. And there's also a slot on its side. A golden statuette of a lion missing its head. I'm guessing it's a lion, judging by the tail. I could be wrong, though. There are several rectangular holes throughout the body of the figurine. Okay, so we're going to combine you and you. A statuette of a lion with a human head. Looks like if the Sphinx guarding the pyramid decided to take a stroll. And we still have one more thing that can go through. Oh, we need wings. And we need its wings. Is this, are we making a gift for Tutu? I assume this is not used on this pedestal. No. Okay, so let's go back to the mill. Water pours down the fountain, overflowing it and leaking under the ground. Nothing else out here. So what is the pipe for? I can hear water flowing. Maybe the pipe is going to somewhere else. Like we're piping water to somewhere. A grinder. The grinding wheel is spinning fast. I'd better not touch it. Okay, can we pull the lever now? Crunk. There we go. And in the chest. Golden wings. Let's get out of here before we get blocked in there by some wandering monsters. Let's examine, even though we know what they're for, a pair of small golden wings. Are we out? So combine this with our Sphinx. A golden figurine of a mythical creature, the Sphinx. I'm no expert, but it seems like a mix of 2 slightly different cultures, judging by the headdress and the wings. I wonder if we can show this to Tutu. Like, look, it's you! A cat person, just to twist the knife a little more. Oh yeah, we've got some more directions to go off here, too. Oh, this goes back to the spider room, doesn't it? Passage. A Sphinx, use item Tutu. Aw, this doesn't seem like a good idea. But it would be funny. Alright, we'll hold on to it. It might go on the pedestal. But those are all golden heads, so I don't know. What the hell's going on? Oh, it's another spider. It's coming. I'm gonna reset it while I look for anything to interact with down here. There is a web-covered body. Yuck. Yes. Gain a first aid kit. Okay. Go, 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 go. I don't see anything else to interact with in here. Okay, we're back here again. And then we can go south from there. Oh yeah, there's one more room back here. We're getting further and further away from now. Oh crap, we walked right into it. Sure, let's just fight it. 1. 2. 3. Ooh, 5 damage. That's what the medicine's for. Let's loot. Spider Fang, meh. I really don't see the value in the Spider Fang. Maybe it gets... Oop, not that. Maybe there is more of a use for it with some upgrades or something. But I really don't want to have to sit in a fight for 7 turns. Consume. And we'll leave that last little pit there. So now we can go down. There's nothing else in here, right? Yes. We got another tar pit. I'm sure nothing's gonna come crawling out of it. Bottle of medicine. Anything else? Nope, we have a tree trunk over on the other side. Can you not run straight through the mud? It'll leave us in a very precarious position. And a box cutter knife. And finally, a birdhouse. There's something in that bird feeder. Can't get to it from here. A wooden birdhouse. I don't see any birds around, though. A mighty tree with a birdhouse attached to one of the branches. Shake the tree. Do you want to climb the tree to try to reach the bird feeder? Those branches don't look too sturdy. This could be dangerous. No. Oh my god, we can actually cut the tree down. Oh no. We need more axe. How the mighty fall. You must cut down the mightiest tree in the forest. A small chest. You want to pick up a small chest? A small metal chest, locked tight. It seems there's something inside. Okay, so we need a key. And there's nothing else in here. So I guess we can try the statue, the gold statue on that gold pedestal, but I'm gonna guess we need something else for that. So we're probably gonna eventually have to wrap... I knew it! Oh god. That's a lot of health. I don't know if we even have that much damage. Can we run from them, or are they going to be faster? Are they going to have full walk speed while we have to trudge through the mud? Let's math this out, right? So this is 4 damage. So that'll take both of them to 4 pips of health. This will take both of them to 3. And 1 to 2. Then we'll get attacked. And then we have nothing but small weapons left. Oof. Okay, well, I guess let's start with the instant camera. And then cleave them. And then we could do we could do this, and then shield, and then this again, and that'll get rid of one of them. This is the only thing we can do that won't get them both to immediately attack us next turn. Bonk. And then we're gonna shield. Come at me. Okay, so now let's shovel them again. Bonk. Then we can box cutter. This will take out this guy. We're gonna take a hit, which is not a big deal. Then you're gonna die. Okay, I think we're probably good. Yeah, get rid of the screwdriver. Die! Okay, that was as bad as I was fearing. Hey, we don't even get any loot from that? That's lame. Yeah, unfortunately though, we now have basically no weapons left. So let's consume some medicine. Oh, I did it again. Just make it so that you can use healing items on yourself from the use menu. Consume. There we go. So we do need to take something. Let's take a couple of nailed planks, I guess. I'll take a nailed plank. So if we go back to here, we can actually pop back in and drink some coffee in the hotel. So that might be a good plan of action. So up and left. We gotta remember that healing is there for us as well. Okay, let's down some coffee. Gain 9 focus. Yum yum. And now we can take... We'll take a pickaxe. Yeah, we'll take a pickaxe. And... there. We got some weapons now at least, so we'll leave the rest. We're gonna save us some focus in case we need like a puzzle solving item like those matches. Oh, it's you again. Sidereal plexus. Oh yeah, I did notice, when I was looking at that website from yesterday's episode, the, sidereal plexus also has a website, siderealplexus.com, that has some information on it and a login screen. Amelia, really interesting to see you here. Do you remember me this time around? Yes, I remember you, Dr. Schulzer. Noted. In that case, I will skip the introduction. Do you have any new questions for me? I'm sure there's plenty of things I'd like to ask you about. Just keep in mind, everything you say might be used in my ongoing research. What are you doing here? What are you doing here, Doc? Research. I figured, but what kind of research? I'm trying to figure out if fauna and flora in the dream world follow the same set of rules as in our world. I can save you the effort and tell you right here and now, it doesn't. Perhaps you don't realize, but claims don't make science. I need proper data, tests. I need to know what the range of deviation from the median is. Well, yeah, of course, but how will you even... I know what you're thinking. It's a dream. Everything is possible, so what's the point of gathering any analytical information? Yeah, I never really asked. See, the thing is, we have established a certain measurement of, let's say, craziness of the dream. There is a baseline, a dream that follows the exact rules of our world, to the point that it is uncertain if you are asleep or not. Ever had a dream like this? I think so, yeah. You see what I mean, then. From that baseline, we measure how things deviate. It allows us to predict the shifts and changes when the dream is about to transition into something else. We are still years away from a functional system, but there have been several breakthroughs recently. Good luck with your research then, but the dreams I've been having recently are far from your baseline. Good! The more crazy things happen, the more data I can collect. I should go. It's the chair! The chair! I'm just gonna steal your supplies here, Doc. Oh, see, we don't need to imagine the matchbox after all. You've got the same tech from before, all the same antennas, emitters, radio transceivers. So nothing really going on here, just our recurring NPCs. So yeah, given what we've got available, we're gonna have to go back to the golden idol puzzle, which is kind of zigzag through here in a straight-ish right direction. Two. Wait, what is this? A passage? Oh, that. It looks like a tunnel, but no, it's just the gap in the trees. Okay, now we need to go this way. And then this way. Assuming we're not grinding anything in the grinder yet. Return the slab. Bro. Okay, use item. Bad idea. Maybe a logical... Huh. What on earth would I use a gold idol for then? So, I guess let's reverse this. So, bug stare at frog. Frog stare at eagle. Eagle stare at nothing. So they're looking at the thing that they, that preys on them. So we're still missing something here. Won't budge, not really surprised. Oh, a shape. Oh wait, no. We're not getting help with our puzzles. So what are our other options? We've got... There's the spider egg sacs. There might be something in the trees here. I didn't really give a thorough look in there. And then we've got this. There's the fireplace in the cabin. Is there something we could grind in the grinder that would produce something we can put into the fireplace to burn? Or can we put like a nailed plank into the fireplace and burn it? Can we grind that? Can we grind that? Can we grind medicine? Can we grind matches? Spider fang? Okay, we can't grind anything. I'm just hesitant to create more spiderlings. Because I don't really have a whole lot of cleave left. I don't have any cleave left. So it doesn't actually say there's a puzzle here. Use... not really. Yeah, we don't need to be here. Don't need another fight. That tree ant, that guy, the first one we encountered here, he did kind of look like a log man, didn't he? Maybe we can go beat him up, and he'll turn into logs. Oh, there's the bottom of the car. Yeah, where was he driving through? Maybe he just... That was the start of his dream. He just awoke on top of his car already in the mud. Also, I wonder if he's a tree person. Does the fire axe do extra damage to him? I would love to find out, but unfortunately... Oh, God. A bandaged corpse. Oh, he's not even a tree! Alright, we don't have any defense. Poop. Bop. I guess hasten all enemies is actually kind of good when they're already at 0 and the hasten is not actually going to do anything for them, right? So if that's the case, then Poison 7 is... Well, I guess Bleed 7 is better than Bleed 1, right? So let's just use the spider thing and then tank whatever damage he's got coming our way. Use... Nailed plank. Although it doesn't seem like Bleed stacks. So in that case, let's use the screwdriver. No, of course he can triple shot. What the hell, man? Why are you counting up my echoes? I have a revive. Your bullshit triple strike. Fine, give us a shield. Well... Yeah. Let's do it again. Let's fight out here in the open. Come on. Use item. Start with a pickaxe. Prepares an attack. Use item, use the poison fang. He's gonna bop me one. And then... we'll use the plank. Prepares a devastating attack, so now we'll use the shield. Oh. Okay. And then this should finish him off, right? Because it's going to do 1, and then he's going to bleed, and then he's done. Okay. Close call. And did it again. Apply. Ah. You better drop something worth collecting. A human bone? Are you serious? What a waste. And there's nothing else even out here. Okay, so that was a waste of time and resources. Big waste. So is this puzzle just solvable as it is? This doesn't make much sense. Not use item. Examine. There's no, like... Oh, there is a button to press. Ha! A key! Okay, I feel silly now. Always check your items, folks. A small and fairly simple key probably opens a small lock. Well, it just so happens... Combine I wonder what's inside. Oh look, it's the head we were missing. Cute. Snake statue. A golden bust of a snake. If a snake statue can be a bust. There's an oblong recess in the base of the statue. Okay, well we know where this goes. And unfortunately, we are now out of weapons. So I'm hoping there are no more combat challenges. What a disaster. Okay, we gotta go up. Sure. I don't think it's going to be that big of an issue. And then... we can go down. And down again. I'm trying to think. The attic ended with a combat encounter, so I am kind of worried that this is going to end in another combat encounter, which we're just not going to have the resources for. Faster, Amelia, faster! Okay, so you go here. Okay, so the snake is going to eat the frog, and the bird's going to eat the snake then. So... yeah, well, we're just going to pick one. It's either going to be things that they prey on or things that prey on them. So, bird looking at snake. Snake looking at the frog. Frog looking at the insect. And what we have... I mean, the insect wouldn't look at anything, right? So if that's not the case, then it's got to be things that prey on them. So the insect is going to look at the frog. Frog's going to look at the snake. Snake's going to look at the bird, right? Frog, snake, eagle. And the eagle shouldn't matter. There's nothing here preys on the eagle. Statue of an eagle looks at the frog. Hmm. We did it the other way around already, right? So, insect at frog. What are we doing? We're doing things that they want to eat, right? Again, that was the first one we did. So, frog at insect. Snake at frog. Looks at the frog. Then the eagle's gonna look at the snake. The statue of the insect looks at the eagle. Okay, I don't know why that needs to be looking at the eagle, but it's the answer to this puzzle. So let's head inside. Spooky. Exactly. Oh, a tree trunk. A thermos. Thank goodness. I drink it up. Consume. Consume. So what type of combat are we going to have to prepare for, I wonder? We're gonna need a big hitter, so let's take pickaxe. And the pickaxe does examine. That's 2 damage with 1 bleed. We don't have anything that does cleave. We probably want some defense. Let's go ahead and use... I'll never stop doing that. Let's consume our medicine. And we've got, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 left to play with. So I want to have at least some kind of defense. And then we could do an instant camera for some turnage. Or... it's a giant spider. It's a bunch of giant spiders. Okay, we should have done the camera and some cleave damage. Oh no. Yeah, we don't have any cleave. We're just kind of resource screwed in this one. I mean, we did waste some resources going after that pointless zombie. That kind of sucked. But yeah, we're looking at... we only have enough damage here to take out 1 spider. This is a disaster. Bop. Take your bleed damage, and then everything's already at 1 or at 0 anyway. So we'll just stab you with a screwdriver. Okay, now there's only 2. Spider attacks. Ow, ow, ow. Spider attacks. Ow, ow, ow. So now we have to imagine... we can't imagine enough damage. We're doomed. You can imagine a spider's fang and then try to survive for that many rounds. But it's not a winning proposition, but I don't know what else to do. So spider's fangs. And then we'll use this on you. Aha! Let's medkit up. Oh god. And then imagine another spider fang. And then you... no! Oh my god, I am the dumbest. I'm so dumb. Well, any chance we had of maybe possibly pulling this one out of our ass just disappeared. Because I forgot to switch targets. So, rip us. Yeah, there's no point. We don't even have... there needs to be just like a use your fist option. I don't know why we don't have the option to do damage with no weapons. Man, we could have won! I'm so dumb! We could have won. No, it just puts us right back in. No, we can just leave. Can we go back to Amelia for healing? Let's try it. Otherwise, we'll just escape and we'll just end the dream. I don't know if there's a difference between ending the dream and dying in the dream, but we ran out of focus. Amelia is this way. Amelia, heal me. Spiders! I've seen some huge spiders, and I mean huge! Primal fears scaled up by nightmares. That is what I would normally say. Yet what? I have seen them too. The spiders. There seems to be something unnatural about them. Something that does not belong here. If you ask me, spiders that big don't belong anywhere. Nor spiders in general. It is no ordinary nightmare. Their presence might lead us to your brother. Though I do recognize how bad that does sound. I need healing. Certainly, I can use my power to heal your wounds and completely restore your integrity. However, this also weakens me greatly, so I can only do that once per dream. Do you want me to proceed? Yes, I need your help. Come forth, Amelia. I shall restore your strength with the light that was given to me. She's gonna walk all the way around. Oh wow. May the Guardian's light guide your path. Okay. Man. We didn't find like a screwdriver or something we left around. Not that it would matter. Our only other play is to see if we can bait this guy down here and run past him. Aha! I can't get there with those monsters in the way. Oh, you absolute nerd. But the monsters! Alright, well, poop. We're gonna have to abandon this dream. Are you sure you want to abandon dream? You will wake up and the progress you've made since the last night will be lost? You will keep 50% of echoes. I mean, that's the same as just dying in a dream, right? So does that mean we're gonna have to re-solve every puzzle? Ugh. That's so much wasted effort because I forgot to switch targets at the last minute. Oh my god. Okay, there's the puzzle. And here's the spiders. We're much better prepared this time. In fact, we've got, I think, a full thermos now, yeah, so we can over-prepare for this fight. So Cleaver is gonna be our best bet for cleave damage. Though we still have a shovel. We don't have any pipes, but we're gonna use our cleaver for cleavage, cleaver for cleaving. And then what else? Do we have an instant camera already? We do. We're prepared there. We've got some nailed planks for defense. I don't want to go overly crazy. I guess maybe a metal pipe, just in case we screw up, but that's quite a bit of cleaving. That's 4 points of cleaving, 5 points of cleaving, 6 points of cleaving. We'll save a little bit of focus in case there's something we have to fight after the spiders, because we haven't seen past this point. I managed to avoid every single fight except for the mandatory 3 zombies that were attacking Joshua. So we're gonna start out snapping a picture. And then we'll start cleaving. There's one spider down already. And we'll plank up. And yeah, let's just use pipes to finish them off. Pipe. And pipe. Much better that time. Okay, that was the end of the dream. Wow, I was one next target button away from having completed that dream. That is so bad. And I did it again. Consume. So what's in here then? If that's the end of the dream. The dream will end soon. I will return here tomorrow. Oh. That's silly. Looks like some kind of cave. Dream complete. Started with 1500. First clear 1800. Damn, 5700. Okay, well we can definitely afford some stuff now. Each night brings me closer to finding him. I can feel it. Okay, so let's hit the computer. So we can do double vision, but I am worried that it makes everything 50% more expensive. So all of our 2 pip stuff now becomes 3 pip stuff. That kind of stinks. I do like Sharp Mind. Sharp Mind seems to be drawback free. Everything just gets cheaper. Although I guess if you combine that with double vision, it kind of evens out. Like stuff that's 4 pips right now will be 6 pips, but with -1 it becomes 5 pips instead, so it is still technically more expensive. But we'll take Sharp Mind for sure. And what else have we got? Quick Learner, Calm Focus. When you wait and pass your turn in combat, you regain 1 focus. I'm still not huge on that. Desperate Punch does give us 1 integrity, but I think we'll do Defender. And then we've now added, I assume, a Rusty Axe, yes, to our list of things that we can imagine. We haven't researched it yet, but I do kind of want to take Nailed Planks. Because now we have a defensive item that blocks 2, or 3 now, let's see if I can find it, Nailed Planks. It blocks 2 and bleeds 1. And only costs 1 pip. That's huge. And if we take it again, it'll absorb an extra 3 points of damage for 1 pip. So now, where is our nailed plank, or our nailed planks, plural. So now it says good as a shield, does 1 pip of damage for bleed damage, and only costs 1 pip of focus. That's crazy. So what does shield do now? Shield blocks 7. I'm not sure we've even ever received an attack that deals that much damage. So we have a little bit of Echo left. Healing items cure 1 extra integrity point. We can take more items. I don't really care about the run speed. Integrity, maybe? Honestly, I think I want to save up for some better stuff, like another level of Coffee Addict. Or Quick Learner, we still need to take Quick Learner. But, for now, let's go ahead and read our synopsis of our dream. 5th dream. Outside of the hotel, there is a huge, dark forest. Not a very pleasant place, infested with spiders and other nasty creatures. I managed to traverse it, and at the end of the path there was an ominous cave entrance. I don't like the idea of going further, but this might be the only way. Okay. Any new documents? Termination letter. Uh-oh. Dear Sir, following up on the previous letter in which you were warned about our dissatisfaction with your recent performance, we did not notice any improvement on your side. To reiterate, the list of faults attributed to you is as follows. Negligence of duties, frequent clock-ins with 30 or more minutes late, some clock-ins with 1 or more hours late, avoidance of co-workers and supervisors. In the light of the above, and with no visible signs of any will to improve, we have unfortunately decided to terminate your contract, effective immediately. Your personal belongings left at the workplace will be disposed of if not picked up within 7 days of receiving this letter. Regards, Management. I had no idea Thomas lost his job because of his obsession. So how did he afford to not only keep up on his rent, but get ahead of his rent if he had lost his job from his obsessive behavior over his dreams? No new messages on the phone, so I guess we'll take our 3 pips of extra focus for this dream. Read our obnoxious, overly personal answering machine message from Alex. Hi, Amy. It's Alex again. Remember that old dog that's been coming here with his owners? Things aren't looking great. The meds are not helping anymore. Poor boy can barely work. We all know where it leads to, but the owners won't even hear it. They immediately leave each time I even mention the only thing that's left to do. And I get it. They love him. They've been together for over 12 years, and the idea of losing their family member like this is completely unacceptable. But it's something they will have to go through. It's obvious, but recently, even I hesitate each time before I bring it up. I'm not sure why I'm telling you this. You've got enough of your own problems. Anyway, I've got to go. Plenty of work today at the clinic. I know exactly why you brought it up. You're gonna bring it up again later. No new messages. You're gonna be like, remember that dog I told you about where the family just wouldn't let it go? That's you, Amy. You have to let your brother go. Get rid of our fast food leftovers. Living like a slob. And then back to sleep. So, let's head to the cave. At the end of a dark forest, there lurks an even darker cave. I'd like to say it's all still and silent, but it's not. Something scratches behind every corner, and shadows crawl alongside uneven walls. Spooky cave. You know, we never really get to light the fire in that fireplace. I don't know what we even use as kindling. I mean, I guess we never tried sticking planks in the fireplace. The cave. I like that long shadow cast. Okay, a creviced rock. Do you want to pick up a wrench? I thought we were gonna have to hit it with a pickaxe. I'll be surprised if we don't have to use a pickaxe here. But speaking of which, oh, like how everything has got glowy numbers now to indicate that they're less expensive for us to imagine. Pickaxes, nail planks, yeah, that might have been one of the greatest upgrades in the game. Yeah, just everything costs less now. Shit, take 3. We'll take some cleave. And we'll leave it at that for now. Until we find a thermos. Soft ground. Okay, well, see, that's why we left some... Oh, we didn't... Oh, no. I don't think it was a shovel. I didn't actually take shovel as one of our imaginable items. What a fool I was. I'm gonna be mad if that winds up costing us the run. a map, an arm bone. Pick up a map. This girl and her arm bones. A human bone. You know, humans have 4 limbs. You don't just have to take arm bones only. You can take a leg bone as well. A trash can lid and a journal. Dead man's journal. I'm writing it down for whatever reason. To make sure I'm not going crazy. As a warning for those who come after me. There is something in this cave. Something I don't see. But I hear it. I hear it very well. At first it was only occasionally. Now I barely have a break. It all started when I heard the whisper. It came from another chamber. I went to investigate, only to find nothing. Must have been the wind, right? Anyone would make such an assumption. So did I. I almost forgot about the incident. Until it happened again. Similar results. A few hours later, more sounds began to bother me. Not whispers. More like crawling. A dozen little legs crawling on the walls all around me. I looked for the source without success. It only grew worse and worse. Scratching, scraping, tapping. It was driving me crazy. It was like it was coming from the inside of my head, as if something found a way in and was now crawling around my skull. The thought itself made me sick. I tried to leave the caves. I was smart enough to keep drawing the map. But outside, I couldn't look at the sun. It hurt. Hurt so badly. I had to retreat. Back in the darkness. Back to all the annoying sounds. And whispers. The whispers were back. Louder than ever. I'm gonna find whoever is talking to me. Even if it's gonna be the last thing I'll do in my life. So... Joshua also complained about a splitting headache when he got taken by the... Oh, poop. We'll add 2, converting the rest to... This will, you already have this item with a 2 of 4. Picking up another will add 2, so we throw away 1 pickaxe. No. I wish I could mark on the map. So that we can remember that there's a free pickaxe sitting there. Oh. Oh, I thought there was an item glinting over there, but it's just the, it's just how the water looks. I can't cross that. There's some water in the way. Cave passage. Yep, that's exactly what's happening here. So, can we... We have to drain the water somehow, I'm guessing? I don't see anything we can knock over. Also, why is there blood? Just pools of blood between every passage. Oh, a hole. Was this hole made for me? I can hear water flowing. Well, we know what to do. Use... Get out of the way, Alex. Alex, get out of the way! You're lucky you didn't get swept away. Oh! And there's a bag for us. You want to pick up a nailed plank. Okay, so now we can go take those other 3 pips of pickaxe. Yes, please. Now we're full up on pickaxe. And we've got one direction we can go up here. Nothing in the riverbed, or the lake bed. Ooh. A body crawling with spiders. And a crevice rock. Let's see, can we check that out without angering the spider gods? Box cutter knife. Probably gonna end up in a fight here. Small crawling spiders are everywhere. Small. Perhaps they are small compared to other arachnids you've seen around here. Otherwise, you wouldn't exactly call them tiny. While they are feasting upon the corpse, I definitely won't mind giving you a bite or two if you give them a chance to do so. Searching this body might be very painful. Continue? No. What would we use to get spiders off of a corpse? I assume we're gonna find something to bring back here. Like the axe in the last one to cut down the tree. This again. It's always the same layout, too. It's like a fixed asset. And the bag is always in this one. A nailed plank. Sure. Nothing else in here. Except a way forward. Cave passage, yeah. Keep schmoving. Oh. We got a crevice to rock. A screwdriver. There's nothing in it. I don't see any reason to try to move it. Well, why don't you do it anyway? An old-fashioned mining cart. While empty, it still looks incredibly heavy. I'm sure there'll be some reason for us to move it eventually. A mine shaft frame. It won't budge. A flimsy-looking wooden construction made of dry, crude planks. Why do we want to break the frame? Do we just smack it with a bone? The human bone has been lost. A plank. Oh. What did we do that for? A chasm? We put a plank across the chasm? It's not long enough. Huh. A workshop vise. A tool board. Pick up a wrench, 3 of 4. You already have a... I'm overloaded with stuff. A vise with a plank. So we need a way to actually combine them, huh? There's gotta be a better way. This won't work. We use a plank to get a plank? Or can we just use this plank directly? Bop. Ow. We let it fall right on our head. A vise with 2 planks. These planks are only held together by the vise. The wrench? Something is missing. Wait, what? No. We can't use the wrench on, you know, in place of the vise to hold those 2 boards together? Something is missing, clearly. Planks are only held together by a vise. Guess we need to keep looking. We can break these open with something, but we run the risk of getting... Well, you know what? If we can open this with a wrench... There's a wrench sitting right there, so we can just get the wrench back again. Open barrel. There's a metal pipe inside. Bonk. A nailed plank. No. Well... I hate wasting resources, but I always say I'm gonna come back to this stuff, I never do. Okay, so let's go check out this other way. Spiders. Oh god, there's a lot of spiders. Go crush them. A lever slot. Oh. Oh. There must be something else that goes in here. A lever slot with a lever unfortunately missing, connected to a braking mechanism on the nearby rail. So I assume we can use that to crush both spiders at once. So they taught us about making makeshift levers and then immediately took away the ability for us to ever do that. There must be something else that goes in here. No, don't. Web-covered body. So the only thing I can think of that would get all those spiders away is either we like poke the body with a stick or something, or we try summoning matches and maybe we can scare the spiders off with fire. But I feel like there's not very many ways left to go. There's one... I forget what this room was. There's a puzzle in that room that we obviously have to solve. Can we just, like, poke it with a stick? That would be illogical. Alright, I'm gonna have to waste one focus, seeing if we can use matches on this to burn them or scare them off. Damn. Okay, well, let's just take the damage then. Yes. Look, nails! Okay, 2 pips isn't that bad. Interestingly, we have not gotten any healing items. We've gotten just weapons. Do we have access to any healing items? Really? I thought I at least learned, like, meat. Huh. Well, that's gonna make this an interesting level. Okay, so nails. A handful of sturdy, thick nails. Good quality, unlike the ones I've been seeing around here so far. So why is it 4 of 4? Are there gonna be that many nail-based puzzles? The nails are not hammered in. Use a wrench as a hammer. A vise with nailed planks. There we go. I would still be very untrusting of this. I don't think nails... maybe she did overlap them. I don't know. It would still be super sketchy. Going up. Is this the scientist? Is this Dr. Schultz? No, these are just utility lights. A human bone? Sure. Some coffee? Absolutely. Although I'm not finding myself in need of too much at the moment. We've got full pickaxe. We've got almost full planks here. We're cleavered. We've got full nailed plank. I mean, if anything, I could see maybe we take a instant camera in case we get hit with like a multi-target fight. But yeah, we're looking pretty good. Can of meat, finally some healing. Now we can imagine more meat. Screwdriver. No. Anything else? A journal. Let's use this first. No, I did it again. Consume. Seriously, what are you losing by just making it so you can... If you're in use mode with a healing item, you can just click on yourself to use it on you. Consume. Okay, we're back to full. So... Cave Explorer's Journal. We're getting ready to move on with our expedition. We spent weeks gathering information and resources. So imagine our surprise when shortly after we set up our first camp, we heard noises from where we came from. We investigated to find a whole group of people entering the cave like it was a fancy restaurant, all cheerful and weirdly excited. There were dozens of them, and they formed a line in front of the entrance. None of them had any equipment or proper shoes, just regular everyday outfits. They all acted like they knew where they were going, while chatting randomly as if they were on a trip to an amusement park. These caverns were completely uncharted. We were going to be the first explorers to map the place. Asking questions didn't bring us any answers. They were very dismissive, acting as though we weren't being serious, like not knowing where they were headed was something incomprehensible. There was this atmosphere of excitement and anticipation for something. We decided to change our initial plans and followed that weird crowd. After a while, we arrived at a cavern with a huge chasm in the middle. I thought the talkative group would have stopped and turned around, since there was no way across. But no, they started falling in. Not by accident. They started jumping into that pit, one by one. I couldn't even see them in the darkness below, only the sound of shattering bones. We tried to stop them. This is when it got really bad. People didn't want to be stopped. They acted as if we were trying to harm them, or cut in line or something. They became violent. Chuck and Larry were pushed into the chasm. I tried to catch Larry, who was closer to me, but I almost fell in myself. Sam and I fled. We couldn't do anything. We spent the next several hours in the next cavern, shaking and trying to comprehend what just happened. The line of people ended, and the chattering sound ended with it, replaced by dead silence. Sam insisted we should go and see if Chuck and Larry made it. I knew they didn't. He knew they didn't. But we went anyway. There was no more chasm. It was entirely filled. Filled with bones. No clothes, no flesh, just clean, white bones. I told Sam we should go back. Go back to our things and leave. But he stepped into that pit. I don't know why. He was looking for something. Or it lured him. I really don't know. And then it just pulled him in. Something pulled him under the layer of bones. He didn't even have a chance to scream. I'm alone now. Back at the camp. I don't know how to exit this goddamn cave. The entrance is gone. Just vanished. Completely vanished, as though it wasn't there before. But it has to be somewhere. I know it has to be somewhere. I'll go and look. Maybe I'll check that pit. Okay, so these are just, like, creepypastas, right? They're not lore significant. Not that I'm complaining, they're good creepypastas, but yeah, they're not, they don't seem to be important to the main story. Another way to go. More spiders. A web-covered body. A web-covered body. We've... Okay, this is spider-covered. More wrenches. They're just dying to give us wrenches. A knife! Oh, no! I was waiting for that. Oh, God, he's got so much health. You know what? Peace. And then another spider who's guarding a web-covered passage. Okay. Painkillers, sure. Now move. Oh. I think it's onto us. You know, we're gonna have to get through this. So I think I might be okay with just fighting this one. We should be able to beat it up pretty badly, I think. There's 3. There's 3. Let's block. Wow, so it does 6 damage? Because that was with... That's our upgraded shield. That's insane. If we use the... No, we can't finish it off. We can finish it off. So we'll do this. Bop. Although he is going to get an attack in. So let's defend again. There we go. And then we can box cutter and be done with it. Be gone. Okay, I'm sure we're gonna get a spider fang. Yep. Nothing new there. Let's drop a painkiller. I did it again. Oh my god, I will never learn. It's just everything else is used with that button. Why is it only medicine that's done differently? A wrench. Stop with the wrenches! I don't need any more wrench. A web-covered passage. No way. I won't break those webs with my bare hands. Can we burn it with matches? Oh my god, finally a use for matches! We got it so long ago. Danger awaits. Oh no, there is something dangerous waiting for you beyond this passage. Are you sure you're ready to face it? Again? Man, we're gonna have some imagining to do. Let's check the map. So there's actually there's a map tile we haven't even been to. I guess we'll see if we can do that without getting beat up by that other spider. Oh, he's fast. Now, is he gonna be waiting there for us when we come back through? What's in here again? Screwdriver? Sure. Okay, let's go down. More spiders. You know, we never got the lever. To crush those other two spiders. Web-covered body. Pickaxe, sure. No web-covered body, although I feel like that's going to be a trap. That's so far over there. Oh. Now here's something interesting. A metal coffin with 3 padlocks. It's locked with chains and padlocks. Can we bash them off with a wrench? We can. That's why they've been giving us... Oh. It won't break. There's got to be a better tool for that. A pickaxe? It won't break. There's got to be a better tool for that. A screwdriver? A metal pipe? I don't know what else... What tool would be stronger than a pickaxe? Seems like something we have to come back to. Let's see, what do we have? Would it be an axe? I never took axe, so I can't actually. So this may be something we have to come back for. That's unfortunate. Huh. You better not get spider jumped. Bottle of medicine. Ooh. That's good, actually. We're apparently going into a fight. A tough fight. These damn spiders, man. Go, Amy, go. What are you doing? Why didn't you just escape? Thank you. Okay, we'll just never come back that way again. Easy peasy. This is gonna be a problem, though. He's gonna be right in our way, isn't he? Nope. Okay, he went back to his hidey hole. Okay, so I guess all we have to do is probably go get our butt kicked again. Let's see. So how many medicines do we have? We've got 1 medicine and 1 painkiller. How about blocking? We've got 1 blocking. Let's do nailed planks. And do we have full pickaxe? We have 3 pickaxe. Cleave? Do we have cleave? We've got 2 cleave. Let's take some cleave. Medicine, and then I guess we'll save some just in case we need some weird thing in an emergency. Yep, let's go get beat up again, I guess. The dream world's progress has been secured. Your echoes and memories of newly discovered items are safe. Blah. It's a Drider. What? Spider Queen. Why are you disturbing my children, human? Who are you? Who or what the hell are you, Amy? Manners. Isn't that obvious?
I am a loving mother of my many, many children. Now, let me ask you a question, little one. Who are you? Why are you disturbing my children?
I'm looking for Thomas.
I'm looking for my brother, Thomas. I think he might have been here. If he was here, then chances are he still is. I gather travelers like you, for my children require a lot of food. He was not a regular traveler. He was, somehow changed by the Shadow People, but then disconnected from them. Oh, you should have started with that. You mean the Dark One, a man of corrupted heart. His evil spawned me to life, yes. He did what? Created me. The darkness travels through his heart, weaving webs of corruption and terror. This is an echo of his dream, turned into a nightmare. No, more than a nightmare. A nightmare that lingers, doesn't fade away. A nightmare that is here to stay. Do you know where I can find him? No, and even if I did, I wouldn't tell you. You come into my house uninvited. You attack my children, and you dare to disturb me. You are nothing but food for my precious offspring. We will feed upon your corpse.
Holy shit. Uh-oh. So she's gonna summon, right? That's what the 4 dots mean. She's gonna summon next turn, so we just get a free hit here. Bop. A spiderling appears. Oh, she summons every single turn. Spider Queen is protected by what? Okay, but why can't I use? Oh, I see. So I guess everybody freeze. Everybody chill for a second. And then I can cleave, right? Yes. Damn, so I need to be able to cleave every single turn. You know, I'm going to use this while we got the opportunity. Spider Queen summons a minion. Okay, so let's switch targets again. Use item. Yeah, let's cleave. I'm gonna get an attack in though. So I actually need something that can group stun in order to hurt her. Oh boy. Or something that does range damage, maybe, I'm not sure. We just keep cleaving. Luckily, the spiderlings only do 1 damage. Oh. Does that mean she's vulnerable? Oh, no. Spider Queen is protected by their minion. Yeah, so if we can take him out in 1 turn, then we can hit the queen again. Look at that. We'll stab the spider with a knife. Oh. Oh, she's actually gonna attack. We've got a few rounds until I need another spider fang. Actually, no, I don't know if I can do this. I would need to come into this fight with multiple cameras. That sucks. Yeah, I think we might be kind of boned on this one, unfortunately. I mean, we're not quite done yet. I've still got equipment left, but just thinking down the road, I guess she is going to attack us in one turn, so that means we will have an opening to get her, assuming she doesn't just absolutely destroy us in that one attack. But any round that she's not summoning means that she'll be vulnerable for one round to attack, or in this case, I think I'm just going to put another stack of Spider's Fang back on her. But yeah, let's knife this tiny guy. Or... no, I guess it doesn't matter. These do the same thing, although we are wasting we're wasting some extra bleed by using a knife instead of the box cutter. But that does speed up her attack, so maybe we don't do that. Do we have anything that can do 2 damage? Here, a nailed plank, that'll do it. Yep. Bop. Okay, so assuming she doesn't do 7 points of damage this round, we'll have another opening. Actually, if we block, we don't have to take... I mean, we'll take 4 points of damage off of her attack, right? So let's block. Block damage 5, block damage 4. Nah, I want to do more bleed damage to her. So we'll block. She's gonna attack. Then we're going to re-up our Spider's Fang. Poke. Change our target. Use... oh, and then she's going to do a devastating attack in 2 rounds. So that's good, at least, that she's not continuing the summon spam. So... yeah, I guess we could just use some cleave damage now. We're going to get an attack from the Spiderling. Bonk. Use items, so here comes her big attack. So we're gonna do use, and then we're gonna use the trash can lid. Soak up as much of this as we can. Okay, we only took 1. That's great. So now she's gonna go back on her summon routine. So let's get as much damage in as we can here. See, do we have any cleave left? We don't, damn. If we had 1 more cleave, we could take care of that last pip of her health there. Well, let's nailed plank. I'm gonna need to heal soon, too. Nailed plank. Let's see what she's gonna do next. Yeah, nailed plank, and then we're gonna have to heal. Or do we just finish her off, right? Let's do that. No! My babies! Holy crap, we actually pulled it off. That's insane. Yeah, we'll do this and slow by 1. And then finish it. Yes! Finally! We finished a big fight. Arachnophobia, slay the Spider Queen. I'm not becoming anyone's dinner today. Now, she said Thomas created her, and the other nightmares.
I need to find Tutu and ask him about it. And the other nightmares might know more than this spider did.
Ooh, spider eggs. Well, before we do that, let's heal, just in case we get ourselves into some more trouble. Okay, spider eggs. Without their queen, the spider colony should die out with time. Okay. Let's get out of here. Interact. Dream complete. We were almost completely successful this episode. Have some trouble on that first stream, but it all worked out in the end. So we have a total of 4,500 to play with. Not bad, not bad.
Thomas, my brother, I know you are there somewhere.
Sixth dream? Let's see.
I found myself in a dark cave infested with spiders. Of all the places I'd rather not be, that was where I had to go, because that's where I finally found a trace of my brother. As I encountered the vicious queen of spiders, she reluctantly revealed that she was created by Thomas, and so were the other abominations and nightmares on his path. I need to keep looking.
Leave. All right. Well, that's a successful note to end this episode on. I'm starting to see how we're going to eventually work our way up to beating the Puppet Master. I'm not even sure if he's going to be the ultimate threat, but he is definitely going to be one of our bigger challenges, probably the biggest one that we've seen so far. So there's still some perks that we can't get to. I've been holding off from spoiling things by going into that list to see what's coming. I'd rather just, naturally discover them as we progress naturally through the game. So I'm excited to see what other abilities come up. I think that might be it. I mean, there's still that ominous statue in the cave, so I think we will have to return to the cave at some point. But yeah, I think the next episode, we should be in good shape to get over to the city and see what that's got in store for us. So, if you've been enjoying this playthrough of Deep Sleep, Labyrinth of the Forsaken, hit like and subscribe. If you want to check out Deep Sleep, Labyrinth of the Forsaken for yourself, head on over to Steam and pick it up. And if you want to let me know what you think of the gameplay so far, then hit the comments down below. But whatever you do, I'll see you right here again in the next one. So until then, bye-bye.